y'all doing? Thanks for tuning in. This is another episode of the Fathers from the Hood podcast. Yes, sir. And you're right here. My name is Dan Blac. Thank you for being here. You could have been anywhere, but you're here with us today. And yeah, you know, we got another special guest today. It's my partner right
Raphfeano.
here. What'd you say?
You
what you
feel me,
Raphfeano? It's like my bro, man. Literally like my bro, man. So we're gonna go ahead and introduce him. Let him let you know what he or who he is, and you know what he got going. And then we're gonna get straight into the podcast, man. This is one of my partners, man. So go ahead and let him know a little bit about yourself, my bro, Raphfeano.
Man, it's Raphfeano, man. You know, it's an urban street poet, you know. You know, we live right now, so we giving it to you raw. So y'all getting the raw, uncut Raphfeano. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Street poet. Yeah, man. We know each other for quite some time, man, since we was young. And we used to do music together. We used to smoke and just be freestyling in the car, going different places, doing music, doing little street stuff. And he grew up on the east side of Compton. But let him know what city you from and, you know, where you from and all that.
Me, I grew up in L.A., you know, originally. Then I moved out to Compton. And you know what I'm saying? That's how I met up with my boy. But we tied in from family shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? So we go long way, you know what I'm saying?
Back.
But my boy from Compton, too. I got a lot of good partners out in Compton, you know. But originally grew up in L.A. And, you know, that's when it all started. But as far as the music, it really, when I moved to Compton, that's when it, you know, I really started digging deep into it. Started being around a lot of, you know, people that did music, man, like my boy Luch, my nigga Gutter Dub. You know, these were the people that I really like started just going on the road with. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We went on the road with this shit. You see what I'm saying? We was that serious. So yeah, I'll never forget them people though. Yeah, but you know.
Cool. Yeah, those people out here, I know who those people are. And like you said, we're from the same side of Compton, so we know a lot of the same people. This dude really been in the trenches doing what he do, and now he's, you know, coming into himself, stepping into something like he always say. But for the most part, we're here, you know, to get his story on fatherhood and how he balances it all, because he is from the hood. He's from South Central as well. Can you let him know a little bit about your upbringing, if you had your father with you, and, you know, if he had his impact on you?
Well, you know, I never really had my pops around, but I had figures that was around, and they was, you know, a big part of my development, you know what I'm saying, over the years. You know, these was like uncles, rest in peace. It was like, you know, people in the neighborhood, you know, that we consider like uncles, but they was just kinfolk, just close to the family. You know, it was kind of rough, you know what I'm saying, our trials and tribulations, but, you know, at the end of the day, they taught us how to be, you know, stand-up men, you know, defend for yourself, you know what I'm saying, how to fend for yourself and protect, you know, that was the main thing, protecting, you know, that was what they taught us. You know,
Always when we the people that we hung around, when it came to the gang sense, they kind of, it was different. It wasn't just banging out there, like, you feel me? It was kind of really protecting. So if something happened to somebody from their neighborhood or whatever the case may be, they was a part of getting everybody together, you know, doing whatever they did, whether it be, you know, retaliating, you know, getting little car washes together, whether it's going to their mama house, you know, putting candlelights together. And these are men and women, but I understand what you're saying. These men kind of had a real impact on you, right?
Real talk. Yeah,
me too, man. But like I said, my step-pops was around. Actually, that's one of the reasons why we know each other so well. My step-pops know Raphfeano very well. And, you know, like I said, my step-pops was there, but he was in the Army when we were young. So he was kind of gone. He was on leave a lot, you know, so I was doing what I had to do. But for the most part, I still learned from others, but I still had that there. So one question in regards to that, do you think that learning from those people was a pro or a con? Would you have rather learned that from your real father, or would you feel like you got along fine? You're here now, you're good?
Well, you know, like shit, I just dealt with the cards that was given, you know, and you know, it wasn't too many people around, but it was some individuals that was real adamant about what they wanted to do with their life, and they stand out, and those was the ones I gravitated to.
Right.
And they was, you know, high-ranking people in the neighborhood. People looked up to them. They had respect for them. So I just followed their lead. Right. You know, these was uncle. These was people that was close to within arm reach. So
right.
I just gravitated to them. They was shit, you know. They was entrepreneurs, man. Real estate. They was hustlers. They was just all around hustlers, man.
Right.
Just period. They was hustlers.
We have people doing that too, man, selling jerseys in their trunk, people shooting movies. People, start having little endorsements. We have people like selling little, not waters, but like you remember them little fruit cup and little juju waters they used to have, juices. I remember homie was selling those. But yeah, man. So like I said, man, this dude right here is a part of my growth. He done seen me, witness me, from a young cub to where I am now. But like I said, my step pops was definitely. I took him with me over there, and we went to the city, to my step pop's house in the city, and they had a more conversation than me and him because they know each other. So, and we all know each other, but they just had to catch up. So yeah, man, I got a story to tell. And we got all kind of stories when we were young. But I remember one time. Do you remember that time we was ditching for Dominguez?
Man. Yeah,
well, we did that a lot, but
that part. But yeah, I remember that. Yeah, we got caught and everything, man. Yeah, my mama was on. Yeah, yeah, I got in trouble. I remember that. A little bit after that, I had to go. We was ditching so much, I had to go check into continuation school, man.
Yep, I remember we was ditching at Dominguez. We went under the gate, and my step pop's coming around in this van. Man. He see both of us, like, man, pick us both up, take us back to school.
Man, you remember the little dip you had to get over.
Yeah, you had to
Man, I was little too. We used to have fresh white T-shirts on. Oh, I remember one time, man, nothing touched the T at all.
I used to tuck my shirt in when you did it.
Man, I was so little. I was just so little. I was like, I'm gonna just try. If I fuck up my T, we could cuss on school.
Oh, you good? We already 2 minutes in. Don't you?
Already. I used to be like, man, I'm about to mess up my T, but I'm like, you know what? Let me just see if I do it today. If I could do it, and then I'm good for the day.
And I'm out of here. I ain't coming back. That's funny, man. Where we come from, we was kind of ditching a little bit. I had a question for you in regards to how you was staying focused. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember Raphfeano always had focus, man. He was always, with his foot, one foot in front of the other. He was always moving fast, but he always was focused as far as what he's talking about and where his mentor was. How did you balance that, man, with the streets and how we was, going to school, trying to do all that, man?
Man, you know what? It was part of really my upbringing. It was always music around.
Oh, yeah.
Moms was always singing, it was in the church choir, you know what I'm saying? So it was just in me.
Right.
Everywhere I go, I just walking with a rhythm and just talking with a rhythm. And everything I came out my mouth, the girls be like, are you rapping? Or I was just so
just talking.
I was tapped in since a young age. I was just tapped in, and I just kept it going. It's just a part of me, So
yes, sir.
The music really kept me focused, though. I like gospel music, all kinds of various different music.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
All kinds. I remember we used to listen to all kinds, but yeah, man, music is definitely a part of the way we grow. The way we go through what we have to go through, and the way we get here today. Definitely, yes, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah, we're not gonna probe him too much. We're not gonna get all in his info, and he gonna share more. He gonna be here, quite, more than a few episodes. We're gonna make sure he comes. But we're gonna first go into some current events.
Yeah.
Current events. I don't know if y'all heard, some time ago, Vince Carter, he got his house robbed on Father's Day. You know what I'm saying? So I was reading that he got his house robbed, and I think they said it was over $100,000 in cash and some other stuff. But he got his house robbed, and he wasn't at home. I guess his wife was at home, and I guess she hid in the closet and called the boys. But they said the police, I guess, saw the dudes leaving, and he had a mask, but they saw $16,000 worth of cash outside.
Yeah, that situations like that, but the kids is at home. You know what I'm saying? Now, I could see if nobody was home, they probably have extra layer of security, you know what I'm saying? Sure. But they was there, so I don't know, was they security thing even prompt up, you know what I'm saying? Because they can hear, you know what I'm saying? Because certain houses, so you opened up the door, say door open, or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we don't know the full story, but, with that being said, man, them situations you just don't know. Anybody should come through the door.
Definitely.
How did he get in? You know what I'm saying? Do he even know anybody there? Because, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Was it a break in? It's various different things that we got to look at in that situation. But at the end of the day, someone was in his home while his family was there. You know what I'm saying?
On Father's Day. You know, you would expect him to be with the family on Father's Day. And I don't mean to justify anything or try to defend these guys that's doing nothing. But, he's a sports player. Father's Day is always a big day on basketball. in football, people are always busy on Father's Day. You feel me? So, well, not just football, I'm sorry, but basketball and kind of other sports. But, you know, people are always busy on Father's Day. So, yeah, man, I hope that everything is good with him and his family, you know. Just want to touch on that because, you know, we all have, you know, kids and, you know, someone else. So we always want to make sure they're safe. And then we have another current event that's kind of crazy, man. It was a swimmer. I think she was in Budapest and she passed out.
Yeah.
I know you read that. We was talking about that, right? She passed out and what they say, the coach came in and saved her or something?
Yeah, saved her, but this ain't the first time though, you know.
Right. Oh, so, for the swimmer, right?
So she was already on it, you know what I'm saying? Because only the dude was in the article. He was saying that it only take 2 breaths.
Oh, for them to kind of for her to
drown, like pretty much considered.
Oh, you mean the coach?
No, the actual
swimmer,
the doctor or whoever.
Yeah.
Doing it, you know. But the swimmer, she was the coach. The coach, she was on it. You know,
quick, huh?
Yeah, because you know she didn't been through this situation before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she already know what to do.
Yeah, we did say that she had, you know, been through it before. That's kind of crazy, man. We kind of want to make sure we're safe and want to still give our kids that opportunity to be, you know, athletic and do what they love to do. But man, like you said, that coach was on it. So we want to send kudos to that coach, take our hat off for her, and make sure we say we appreciate that. And I know the mother and father do too. But that's crazy, man. They had the kids right there, and they faint, and then you know they're going under. That was a quick reaction, like you said. Yeah, good mention because she was on it.
Yeah, somebody should always be on standby when type of, you know,
situation. Yeah, I think they had the lifeguard, but they just didn't respond quick. I know the coach. I guess she was just knowing telltale signs like, okay, she ain't moving. Let me just get it real quick. Yeah. So yeah, that was crazy. They even had pictures of it under the water. I was like, wow, this you know kind of graphic. Not graphic, but for us, but it's, you know, you can understand how they'll be sad. Yeah, definitely something. So those are a couple current events. We're going to switch to a couple, you know, some lighter topics. We did have some questions from some viewers in regards to balancing, you know, being away from the child's mother and still being in your kid's life. And, you know, I brought Raphfeano aboard to kind of shed light on it, you know, and I'm not going to get into it. I'm going to let him tell his story. But how are you in your kid's life, and how does that question affect you?
Well, as far as the co-parenting, you know, it did a whole lot of, you know, as far as, you know, to adapting to that situation, you know, it did a whole lot of, you know, getting used to, you know what I'm saying, because it's various different things that, you know, that ain't up to par, because when the parents separate, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be some stuff, you know.
Yes, sir.
It's going to change. It's going to be a dramatic change. The kids going to feel it. Everybody going to feel it.
Yeah.
But it's just really adapting to it, you know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, you know, as far as my situation, it's a growing situation, you know what I'm saying? Because don't nobody actually know what it takes to be a parent. You know, it's like it's something.
It's something
it's a practice that you
just get better at. They always say that it's never a good time or never a perfect time to have kids, and, you know. But even the older people that kind of still have them, they still kind of find themselves wanting to have a lot of stuff in order before they do it. So yeah, I do hear you on that end. Another question, kind of the same viewer, he kind of had more than one question. He kind of asked, how do you kind of visit them? Or how do you kind of tell them you're visiting them? You're like, okay, boom, I need to, you know, take them here. Because sometimes, you know, everybody got, you know, schedules and things like that. How do you make sure that, you know, she's available for you to get the kids? You know, it's just communication or more than that?
Well, yeah, it got to be some communication, because sometimes I just find myself calling like, look, I'm about to come pick them up. And, you know, I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes I might not always have that, you know what I'm saying? Right. So I definitely will tap in with moms, like, Mom, look, can I'm able to come see the kids, or can they come with me? Right. They probably got some stuff planned already, you know?
Right. You never know, yeah. But what about those dudes that really can't do that? You know, they want to do it as much as they can, but, you know, they still got that kickback. They still got that anger that's lying in her, you know, and they kind of still, you know, and they have some anger too. You know, no one's perfect, but how do you kind of balance that when you kind of still get some aggression from each other and still be like, you know what, let's just focus on the kids. How is that done?
Well, that, you know, it's going to take a whole lot of, you know what I'm saying, you got to have to go up in there and you got to state your demands, you know what I'm saying, what you're not going to tolerate. It's just engaging into a different relationship. But it's going to be a relationship, far as more, you know, for the kids more so. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
we're gonna be
gotta
touching on new
focused.
grounds, and everybody gonna want demands. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, I'm not tolerating this. Well, don't talk to me like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
you're right.
it's gonna be, you know, starting back from the like you just met this
beginning,
person. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
Real
thing to
talk.
mention. There's gonna be so much pride and anger inside. You're gonna be like, man, it's like you can't talk to me like that. You can't do certain things. You're right, man. It definitely goes that way.
Real talk.
Yeah, it definitely goes that way. And as a father, I might, you know, get a little bit on the sentimental side. How do you feel about her, you know, having them all the time? How do you feel about her telling you when you can see them? And I want you to be kind of honest. This is my question, not the one from the viewer. And I'll give my input after. How do you feel about not being able to be there and having, you know, to balance that?
Yeah, it's kind of a situation that I just gotta, like, you know what I'm saying, just pray on, because I noticed and she noticed I'm the main influence in their lives. So when I ain't around, I don't care a month or two, it'd be considered like years. You know what I'm saying? Because they slipping in their grades, they ain't on their regiment, they ain't exercising pure greatness every day. You know what I'm saying? At all times of the hour.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just greatness. And, you know, that was making them great.
Right.
And you know, it was working for them. And then I stepped away, and I, you know.
Giving them that confidence. That's what sometimes fathers are there for, especially the daughters, but giving your boys that confidence, like, bro, you can be this. Sometimes your mother will kind of, or not your mother, women will kind of, you know, tell the boys what to do and be this way, and then they kind of get stuck in that mold. But as a father, that's you to kind of give them that, like you said, speak greatness into them. Son, you could do whatever you need to do. And I've witnessed you do this. You know, it's kind of, I've seen, like, man, what is he saying to this kid, man? He really like, bro, son, you speaking it to you. This is what you're going to be. This is how you, I'm looking at Raphfeano do it. I'm like, wow. Okay, so like you said, to hear you mention that, you know, after being away so long, you can tell the difference. You know, that means something. You know what I'm saying? You as a father, that being in their life, you know, and not saying that the mothers don't do that, not saying that they don't have that influence, but as a father, I know I got that influence. You know you have that influence. So, yeah, it definitely is a little hard when you do that, because me, I'm not perfect. You know, everything's not perfect in my relationship, but I'm getting back, you know, everything's good. So I've been, you know, trying to be away and make sure I be there as much as possible, but you know it's not as easy as you can say. So you want to make sure you're always there. And then, like you said, when you're not there, you know, a week, you know, however long, it seems like more than that times 4. And then you gotta, you know, not start from the beginning, but kind of still teach these kids who to be and how to, you know, how to grow and who to be. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I witnessed that for you, man, for sure. Did you have anything else you want to mention on that topic? You know what I'm saying?
Shit, just trying to be consistent. You know what I'm saying? Because you ain't gonna always be around. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody got to do something, and we got to, you know, they might got to be into like some extracurricular activities where we'll be separated for a while, but they'll be able to be coached over the phone, a Zoom call, a little FaceTime.
Right.
Always just having a little connection with them.
It means a lot.
Yeah.
I remember we went to California, man. I had a show in Cali, man, and he went with me, man. Or where was we at? Well, somewhere by Calabasas or somewhere, I remember. But for the most part, I remember I heard you on the phone with your son, like, bro, what's wrong with you? He was on his grades, like, I was like, hey, he on his head.
Yeah,
like, you know, when I get there, we having a real discussion. I was like, bro, this dude is really on it. But, you know, it's good to see that. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you here. I'm like, bro, it's really, really involved, man. Let me make sure I have me up, because we want your input. We're going to have more people input. But anytime you want to come, man, the door is wide open, man. You bring yourself up in here, man, because you official, man. You family,
man. I appreciate, man, for having me, man.
Oh, yeah. That ain't nothing. You will be back. And real quick, while we are here, we didn't mention some of the posters and some of the stuff that we do have. We did have, you know, like you said, the Fathers from the Hood posters, and we got some more merch that's coming. But I did want to touch lightly on a couple movies. One of my favorite movies is South Central.
Yeah,
I'm saying that's the best
movies too.
That's one of my favorite movies, bro. Yeah. It's Father's Day movie, but it's one of my favorite movies. You know what I'm saying? And also, Pursuit of Happiness is definitely one of my favorite movies. We all, you know, that's a sentimental movie. You know what I'm saying? If you watch that movie and you don't turn your eye or turn away because you're about to get teary-eyed, or you kind of don't have no heart. But if you don't want to cry and you just walk away, I can understand that too. You're like, man, I ain't about to get crying on this. But that movie is one of those that'll do it. I got a question for you. You already said that was one of your favorite movies. Which one of yours is more favorite out of this one and that one? Out of South Central and Pursuit of Happiness?
Yeah, I'm going to say South Central. I'm going to say South
Central. I'm from South Central.
Yeah,
that's my favorite movie.
I used to put that on every day.
They got your son out there still in speaker.
I used to get off of school every day, man, and go put that on.
For real. I used to watch it a lot.
I ain't even lying.
It used to come on TV too, huh?
Yeah, this was before we had VCR and shit. Like
VHS is still VCR. Yeah, we taking it back. Time to take y'all back.
That shit was real.
That's funny. Do you have any other movies that you enjoy watching with your kids? A Father's Day movie, maybe a son and father movie.
You know what? That's probably what I'm gonna do. You know, put on some of them type of movies. I got another movie. It's called He Got Game. That was my movie too.
Oh yeah, that's with
Denzel
and hold on. Ray Allen. Yeah, dang, Jesus Shuttleworth.
Yeah, that was my movie right there.
Yeah, that was a cold movie.
I thought I was Denzel. Every day
it was a little bit hard. Yeah. Actually, let's touch on that topic. How do you feel about the end of that movie, man? When he was kind of balling with his pops, he's like, man, I don't really need you around, bro. Like, I'm gonna show you that I don't really care about you. That's resentment built up from your father not being there. You know what I'm saying? So how do you feel about that part, man? That's like that so it's always movies that really hit hard. How you feel about that one?
Yeah, like I said earlier, man, we got to be consistent in their lives. Once you leave for a little bit, shit, they act like they don't know you.
They look like that's for real though, man. They growing too. They kids, man. Their mind is, growing 10 times every day. They absorbing so much every day. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I hear you. Consistency. And I heard you preach that time and time again for sure. Yeah, man, that's one of the movies, He Got Game. That's one you watch with the son?
That's what I'm going to start doing. I'm going to put that movie on. South Central, probably a little bit too much for him. But I put on He Got Game, though, before.
Okay.
I put on South Central.
Me, I put on South Central with mine. He 10, and I put that on for sure. Yeah. He's like, hey, you going to watch this movie, bro. Another movie I love watching with him is a Goofy movie. You seen that movie? You ain't seen a Goofy movie, bro? With Goofy and the Max when they went on a trip with his son?
Yeah, I believe I've
I know you've seen that movie. You might,
probably not the name.
Not recently. Yeah, he basically went on a trip with Max, his son. His son didn't want to go. They went on a road trip across the country, and then they went to go see Powerline, the greatest entertainer ever. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Powerline was smooth. That was my dude. But anyway, that's one of my movies, Goofy movie. Yeah, man. So, like I said, we really just here to kind of give everyone a voice, in what we're going through. Fathers from the hood. We want to definitely send a special thank you and appreciation to our guest, Raphfeano. This is family, and he will be here. He will be here again, right?
Definitely.
If that's okay with you.
Definitely.
So yeah, he will be here again, and we love his energy. We love his presence. We love what he brings to the table in regards to preaching life. Like you said, I witnessed him do that to his kids, and I want to take my hat off to you right here. Give you your flowers while you're here, because I have witnessed that. So we've seen you speak light into your kids. We've seen you kind of give your son these coaching experiences, let him know what he needs to do as a man and as a boy, and what's expected of him, not only from you but from this world. So I said I wanted to do that, man. We want to give you that, and definitely take our hats off to a fellow father, doing what he can, because I'm not sure if we get this all the time, but as men of color and as men, fathers, we want to definitely push each other and lift each other up. So that's what we're going to do. Just the same way you do to your kids and speak light into them, that's what we're going to do. All right?
Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. And like I said, you will be back. He will be back. He's family, man. Is there anything else you want to say before we go?
Man, we in the building, man. Shout out to the guard.
Shout out. So once again, this is the Fathers from the Hood podcast. We do appreciate y'all for being here. Y'all could have been anywhere, but you're here with us. Go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and like the channel. Go ahead and follow danblac.com, Monster Mix LLC, and we will be back. Keep being great. Keep taking care of those kids, and we do love y'all. Peace.